All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder currently find themselves in the middle of a rebuild, and this rebuild has seen the Thunder lose a combined 108 games over the last two NBA seasons. The expectations were once again low for the Thunder heading into this season, especially since Chet Holmgren, the second overall pick in last summer's NBA draft, was lost to a foot injury prior to the start of this season. But even with the deck stacked against OKC this season, they have shown signs of life as they're going to win at least 35 games this year for the first time in 3 years. And actually, at the time of this podcast, the Thunder are tied with the Utah Jazz for the last spot in the play-in tournament. And also in the process this season, the Thunder have found themselves a star in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander is in his fifth NBA season and his fourth with Oklahoma City. And in each season, SGA has seen his productivity increase, which should result in him being an all-star next month. And I know that the starters were just announced, but if SGA is not a starter, or pardon me, he's not a part of the all-star team next month, honestly, disband it, because you're talking about a guy that is averaging nearly 31 points per game so far this season, which is fifth in the NBA. He scored 30 points or more in a game at least, pardon me, not at least, but 29 times this season, which includes him scoring at least 30 in each of OKC's last four games. He's shooting more than 51% from the field. And his numbers have improved every single year in the NBA. And this is the importance of development for your young players. Some teams make this mistake where they get a guy, a youngster, and they expect him to be a star right away. It does not work like that for everyone. It takes time, it takes development, those hours in the gym, the reps, the minutes on the floor, everything comes together. And it's coming together right now for Shea Gilgis Alexander. You look at him, and I guarantee you that there are plenty of people out there that overlooked him when he was a part of that trade that sent Paul George to the Los Angeles Clippers in 2019. And you think about some of these trades, especially in the NBA, where there are star players that go to one team. There's always at least one guy that goes back in exchange for him that was overlooked during that trade. And I think SGA definitely makes a case for being that right now. He is a star for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and their front office believes in him, which is why he received that contract extension last summer that's going to keep him there through 2027. And you look at Shea Gilgis Alexander and you look at this Oklahoma City Thunder team, they're coming. And they have a lot of belief. They're playing with confidence. And at this point of the game, they're playing with house money because most people did not expect this team to be where they are this season. And they have a legitimate shot in front of them to make the NBA's play-in tournament. SGA is one of those guys where, you know what, this is a credit to a smaller market team. They can't go out there and compete with the big market teams in free agency. OKC, since they relocated from Seattle, they're not a franchise that's going to go out there and make those big time trades to acquire guys. They'll make the big time trades to ship guys out, yes, but they're not going to make the big time trades to bring a guy in. So when it's all said and done, when you are a smaller market team, you have to focus on drafting. You have to focus on talent evaluation. You have to focus on scouting. You have to focus on the development of your players. And we are seeing them reap the benefits for doing their homework on Shea Gilgis Alexander for what he could potentially be and working with him to reach that talent. And again, when the reserve rosters are announced very soon for the NBA All Star game next month, SGA definitely has to be on there. I mean, you cannot overlook the season that this young man is having for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I'll tell you like this young man is definitely a star in the making, and this Thunder team is definitely on the rise. They're going to get Holmgren back next year. Obviously, you got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, you got Josh Giddey. They have some talent out there, but SGA has definitely come into his own, and he is showing you scoring wise. He is definitely a force to be reckoned with in the NBA. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it will be my pleasure to follow you right back. There is also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin. I am signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.